an AnEyeVu presentation.
Hello guys, thanks for following me through with the project. After a couple of workthroughs, I've decided to sum it up into this final piece. As you can see, it's no longer the sculpted branches, which I thought was decent or not crisp enough. So what I've done is gone ahead and created several cylinders, given it a glossy BSDF material and given it a slight tint and left it as default. And then with in terms of the actual rods, the actual branches this time, I would delete the previous attempt and decided to go for something a bit more crisp. As you can see, if I was to make the simple deform modifier invisible, you'll find that the actual cylinders are like this. I have to rotate it slightly just to get that effect, otherwise it wouldn't look the way I wanted it to, because when it bends it will bend in a certain way, and then I needed to make sure it was straight at the bottom and then branching out into the actual half moon shape, half circle thing, like this bit here. So that's these cylinders. A closer look at them, removing the subsurface modifier, you find, let's make it flat, you'll find that it's a cylinder. It started off as a circle with 8 edges, and it was extruded, and then at different increments I extruded it again and then scaled it inwards, so I got this little divot, this little crease, and then of course brought it out again and then extruded it until I came up to this section here. Let's bring up a grease pencil. This section here, as you can see, change the color. So yeah, so closer look, you can find, I mean, you can see these little bits there. So they're just a little indentation, right? So when I add a subsurface modifier, it makes it look like this, and then make it smooth, changes the shading, and then of course add the first one, which bent it in this way. I wanted a further bend by adding this second simple deform. So it gave me the final bend. I decided to leave it as you can see. The material was just a simple glossy. Thanks to Cycle's material setup, it was set up within seconds. And then, of course, Blender's powerful modifier stack allowed me to get the final effect on these cylinders. Right, so for this bit I decided to cut a ball in half, a sphere in half, rotate it slightly, and then the side that's facing the camera, I decided to sculpt it in some lines through using the multi-res, which I then applied, and then of course I added the solidify modifier, and then I found a material of Blendswap that resembled gold. If you search Columbia Ancient Gold, you should be able to find the material I got. I'm going to leave a link down below in the description so you can see at your own leisure what material I used, along with the others, as well as the HDR image that I used. Now to achieve the HDR image, I went over to the World tab, and I originally selected image texture, because at the time I didn't know, but then I looked into it and I came across this, that to use a HDR image you need to change it to environment texture, and then you have a choice between mirror ball and equitangular. And how mirror ball looks funky, but not the look I wanted, so I changed it to equitangular, and it looked much better. As you can see, that's how the HDR image is displayed, and that of course gave me a varied lighting scenario, and reflected itself upon the glossy features of this image. The base was achieved through a node setup. Let's switch over to that. Well, this one was simple. Let's UV layout, use the UV editor, unwrapped it, and then went into GIMP and took it from there, as you saw in one of the videos in the playlist. And of course this section of the wood was borrowed. The material itself was borrowed of Blendswap, and again you can see the actual Blendswap file and its attribution below. Of course, this football itself, I wanted something classic. This resembles something more classic, and yeah, so I just used this, and again this is of Blendswap, and then I applied a glossy to most of them, so they just pick up on those reflections, and yeah, that's what gave me the image here. And of course, with this little silver plate I had, supposed to go into edit mode, you'll find that there's one color, and I clicked assign. If I switch to face select, you'll find another material, so this gave it that little edge. Go back to view, and for this bit here I just added a plane and gave it a simple checkered procedural texture called checkered. You can find the checkered texture underneath the diffuse, or I think the others as well, any other thing you decide to choose. and of course being football, I chose green and they like a cream. In regards to the HDR image, I could have took it a step further and only have it affect the objects and not the camera, which I think is what they use in a lot of films, but that is something I'm going to look into. The theory I have for it is to use the tutorial, one of the old tutorials from CG Cookies, where they made a shadeless shader, a shadeless picture, a picture shadeless and non-reflective. So that was very useful, and I'm going to see if I can apply it to the HDR image. And once I find out, I'll relay it back to you guys. So yeah, this is the actual final piece. I hope you enjoyed the series. I hope you enjoyed the music. Again, the attribution is in the description section below. The actual everything the music I've used is from FreeMusicArchive, for those that are curious, and I chose music for video. Everything I've tried to use is Creative Commons, so hopefully it's a bit clear on that side. And yeah, I enjoyed doing the project. I hope you enjoyed watching the project. Hope to see you soon in the near future. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, rate and comment on this video.